Living Yes Empowered. June 12, 2014. We begin today's transmission with a question. Beautiful bright hearts, we ask of you to think with pure honesty and truthfulness. Is there anything or any part of your current life that you would like to change? Is there an area of your life or a part of you that you have tried to change, but found yourself back where you began? Sometimes, the challenges you struggle with are recurring ones. You revisit them more than once until you learn to break the cycle that brings you back. We know it is hard to see where the mistakes are, the ones that keep leading you back to the same place, not bringing you to achieving your goals or making your changes last. It is paramount to understand, dear ones, that before you introduce yourself to new and profound changes, you need to change how you think of yourself and of your perception of life and where your path is taking you. Introducing new concepts, ideas, ways, and directions can play havoc on your overworked, busy mind, having you sometimes thinking you are going to fail before you even try. It's important for your success to push those negative thoughts and feelings out of your way of success and achievement. Before making a decision that has the potential of being profound and life-changing, ask yourself, is this going to work for me? Is this decision I am about to make going to improve my life for the better than it is now? Give yourself time to answer, don't be rash. After all, a decision is something you can't take back once you started in that direction. Therefore, it is important to understand the pros and cons of what your decision will bring, and how it could possibly affect your life and anyone else's that is affected by your choices. There will always be something in your life for you to chance. Some things will be small, while others will be huge and profound. You may want to end some habits that you know are unhealthy or blocking your current direction on your spiritual and personal path. You know you want to bring in changes, but sometimes it is difficult for you to see just how profound that change would make on your life. Coming up with solutions that work and are effective for correcting behavior and habits will take time, dedication, commitment, and sometimes the help from external sources for support, guidance, and further understanding. Bringing in change takes courage. It takes believing in yourself after admitting there is something that needs to be changed, and following through with your steps that will lead you to success and achievement. Before real change happens, it is important to implement some basic and fundamental rules, which encourage happiness and will help you transform other problems you have into meaningful experiences. First and foremost, beautiful bright hearts, the mental chatter that is always busy at work, even when you are unaware, has the power to take you off track, as your thoughts and emotions can become distracting. Even when it is time to rest, your mind is still working and sometimes making it difficult for you to sleep. You have been a part of your mental chatter for so long that most of the time, dear ones, you are building and choosing without knowing or really focusing on what you are doing. It is important, dear ones, to become more aware of your mental chatter, of the busyness of your mind, and learn to recognize that the negative voice in your head is not yours. Sometimes the busyness of your mind, the chatter that seems to be non-stop, talks you down or away from making a choice that would have benefited you. Many times your busy mind will challenge your confidence and make you believe you are limited when in fact you have infinite potential. Another issue that needs to be dealt with before bringing in changes that you are able to maintain is dissolving the me-centered universe. When someone else in your family makes a decision for themselves, do you often think how their decision benefits you? If your teenage daughter discovers she is pregnant, do you instantly think and worry, what will your friends, other family members and neighbors think of you? Yes, of course, when people in your family have something big going on in their lives, it will affect you, but it affects them first, as it is them that has made the decision. If you spend too much time in the me-centered universe, you will not bring yourself on the path of freedom and happiness. Instead, you will be promising yourself a path filled with pain, frustration, suffering, and possibly resentment or anger. Keeping up the mentality that life is unfair, or in your terms, life sucks, comes from an ego-centered place, not from a place of genuine compassion, love, or peace. You can still live a fulfilled life through another family member's decision when you are able to align yourself with the goodness of the decision they made. Remember, beautiful bright hearts, it is you who gets to define the greater good of any situation that is within the community, even if that community is your family. Beautiful bright hearts, if you know already that you have areas in your life, or aspects of yourself that requires attention or has you concerned, we encourage you to simplify what is happening in terms that you understand that don't take away its full meaning. It is up to you to understand every detail and know the difference from your assumptions to actual informative, accurate details. As you understand fully what is expected of you as to where changes need to be applied, then you need to devise a plan that you are willing and able to follow through daily. Create checkpoints so you can gauge your progress, and to determine if the steps you are following are still plausible and realistic, the goal you are aiming to achieve from the changes you are implementing. Begin living and being as if you have already reached the envisioned outcome. When your negative inner self tells you your steps are not working, shut it down by telling yourself that they are. You will receive a lot of evidence and clarification that the steps you are taking to bring in lasting change is working. Once you start receiving evidence and clarification that the effort and steps you are taking to bring in the changes to certain aspects to yourself and to your life, it is important to write them down. Writing down this achievement is empowering and encourages you to keep going until you've succeeded all the steps. From making consistent notes of writing down visible evidence and clarification of your efforts working to bring in the changes, you will realize that there is indeed a great shift happening, and didn't take following strict rules directed by another. It came from you, from believing in yourself that you have what it takes to bring beneficial changes into your life that are long-lasting. Life is becoming different, better than it was before. Once you are able to see the positive side of the changes you are bringing after toiling so long, you will also recognize that you can define your life as a living yes. Yes, you can do all these things. Yes, you can make changes happen. Yes, you can make a difference. When you are moving within this powerful acclamation of yourself, it's empowering and inspiring, and urges you to apply this energy in other areas as it builds up your confidence and self-esteem. When bringing in changes, dear ones, just focus on one at a time. Make a list if necessary of to-do changes, and cross off each one as you succeed it. If you try to change too much at once, you'll end up overwhelming yourself, adding stress where stress is unnecessary. Simplify your journey by choosing one thing to change at a time. Don't give yourself a timestamp on when to complete your plans of change unless you feel absolutely certain you can. Give yourself adequate time to meet your goals. Don't feel rushed. Find a pace that meets your needs and suits you. You will know as you learn to follow your heart more often. As you are working so hard on bringing in positive, long-lasting changes, ensure that you are supported by positive, like-minded people, friends, family, co-workers, etc. Learn to share your story, share your wins and upsets, and share your victories even if they appear to be small. Every victory is a victory, no matter the size, and they all are important. As we mentioned earlier, before you jump ahead, understand why you are bringing in this change. Determine what the motivation is behind this drive and passion that has brought you into action. And before you begin, make it a point to understand what the outcome would mean compared to not making any change. Making changes can be exhausting as you are digging, exploring, and learning so much of yourself and of the world around you, and how you fit in with it all. Make sure you give yourself some me time. This time could be spent quietly reading, meditating, watching the sunset, or filling the sacred time with something that inspires and motivates you, while at the same time bringing peace and tranquility to your entire being. When you are able to clearly see the evidence your efforts to bring in change are having, reward yourself for such an achievement. These are your efforts, and we encourage you to not let them slip by unnoticed. Do a little happy dance, reward yourself with a sweet treat, or some extra quiet time. How you celebrate your achievements is personal, but all important and necessary. We encourage each beautiful bright heart to make a change each day, something that you can easily stick with. Perhaps rise an hour earlier than usual, maybe change your nightly routine, Find things that you can introduce to your mornings that are new yet not difficult or intrusive. How can you make your day different, yet still effective and productive? There are endless ways and ideas, and we are positive you can think of many, and bring them into reality. We look forward to the changes you are going to bring into your life, changes that are profound and long-lasting. These changes are going to touch your life in ways unimagined. Be grateful for the journey these changes will take you on, for not all of it will be difficult or filled with woe. You'll have just as many delights and joyful experiences to greet. Each step, beautiful bright hearts, is uncovering a new layer of you, another step and day to the revealing of your true, authentic and beautiful self. I'm Ascended Master, Lady Nada through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com